Another key theme connected to fiscal stability was revenue protection advocacy. Cal Cities has adopted legislative priorities that focus heavily on protecting local revenue streams. This includes ensuring that property tax allocations remain stable and that new state mandates come with appropriate funding. The phrase often used is protecting local control over local dollars. Now, that may sound political, but it's fundamentally practical. Local elected officials are best positioned to understand their community's needs. When funding decisions are centralized without flexibility, cities lose agility. Being in those advocacy briefings at the conference clarifies which legislative proposals are gaining traction and which may pose risks to local autonomy. It also provides an opportunity to align messaging. When cities speak with a united voice on revenue projection, that voice carries more weight than cities operating independently. Housing policy was another area where fiscal and policy concerns intersected. State housing mandates continue to evolve. The regional housing needs allocation numbers, or RHNA, influence planning requirements. Compliance timelines are tight. Funding programs for affordable housing and homelessness prevention shift year to year. Larger cities shared stories of rapid policy adjustments that required immediate staff reallocations. Smaller cities shared concerns about administrative burdens. For Calimesa, we're one of the smallest cities in the region. We're not exempt from these dynamics. Housing element compliance is not optional. Funding program compliance is not optional. Staying current on legislative adjustments helps us anticipate what may be required next. It also helps us communicate clearly with residents about why certain planning decisions are necessary. Homelessness funding programs like HHAP were discussed extensively. Cities under certain population thresholds often have different eligibility pathways. Expanding or restricting eligibility directly affects whether smaller cities can access funds. Knowing whether the state is considering changes to those thresholds helps inform our budget assumptions. If funding access expands, that could present opportunities. If it contracts, that changes strategy. There are also discussions about public safety funding, particularly in light of Proposition 36 implementation and related resource needs. Public safety is one of the largest expenditures in most cities' budgets, including Calimesa. When new mandates or expectations arise, funding clarity becomes essential. Conference discussions help clarify what funding sources may be available and where gaps might exist.